Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our next keynote, the Chief Marketing Officer of Ericsson, Arun Bhikshesvaran.
Hi, good morning. How's everyone doing? Good? Lots of slides, lots of numbers coming at you. You're noting down everything? Yeah? Billions, millions, you're losing track of things, yeah? These people do an amazing job with this caricature. Have anybody noticed that? It was pretty amazing. We came by yesterday, we said, can you please stand next to that caricature? We want to see how similar you are. It's very good, actually. So, I was on a plane yesterday coming here, and there was a pilot seated next to me. So, we were talking about where I was going. I said, mobile money. And he said, so who do you work for? I said, Ericsson. He said, oh, okay, I know Ericsson, the advertising agency. He said, no, that's not the one. That's got a K in it. We don't have a K in our name. He said, okay, I know. It's the phones guys, right? I said, no, we got out of that. That's not us. We're something else. So who is Ericsson? And why are we here? Let me give you a quick snapshot. So we were founded in the year 1876. And we were founded with the fundamental principle that communications is a basic human need. And that was the words of our founder, Lars Magnus Ericsson. Today, we operate in about 180 different countries, 110,000 employees. And I love all this talk about these apps because we provide the networks that makes all these apps work. And we do it across the world. 40% of all mobile calls in the world go through our networks, and 50% of all smartphone traffic in the world goes across networks that we provide across the world. US, Canada, all the way down to Australia, New Zealand. It's amazing. We see people who spend $200 a month on their mobile phone bills, and we see people who spend $3.50 per month on their mobile phone bills. It's a wide spectrum. And we learn a heck of a lot from these people. What are their wants? What do they have? When do they want to spend money? And how do they want to spend it? And by the way, because of this large footprint that we have, some 2 billion people are connected to charging systems and billing systems that we support for mobile operators. 2 billion people. Anybody know how many mobile subscriptions there are around the world at this point in time? About 6 billion. So we've got 1/3 of these people sitting on our software systems, and we do real-time transactions for these people every single day. We know more about their behavior. When they make calls, who do they call? How long do they talk for? And what does price have to do with that? How often do they recharge these accounts? This is very powerful information. And we think we can do something with this for the benefit of society. So we want to talk about that for a few minutes. So in this global presence that we have, as we look across the spectrum, we have deployed our people in different parts of the world. Some 12,000 professionals that we have that can do services and integration. More than 1,000 people who are just focused on customizing our business support software for charging, billing, etc. And when we look at this, there is one thing that becomes apparent, which is that today's world is about real-time performance. And we are here in the US, so we'll talk about Super Bowl. It's a picture, I believe, one of the Super Bowl events. I thought this was the AT&T Stadium in Dallas, but it's not, I think. Anyway, people converge into this arena, and suddenly the traffic profile in these stadiums just goes berserk. You've got tons of messages flowing up. This is not voice calls. These are people taking pictures, videos, sharing it with Snapchat, Facebook, whatever, Instagram video nowadays. And everyone requires and demands a certain level of performance. And if you don't give that performance, they get frustrated. Traffic at Super Bowl has grown phenomenally, over 100% from mobile phones on a year-to-year basis. The uplink traffic that we upload now is about 388 gigabytes during one Super Bowl event. These are phenomenal numbers that we deal with. So in the middle of all this, we look at transactions. We've got 50 million people connected in Nigeria with MTN. We've got another 60 million people in Claro in Brazil. And for all these people, on a per-second basis, we're able to deliver very high accuracy financial performance. Because when they put their money into our systems and they make a phone call, when they're done, immediately, as soon as they hang up, we are able to tell them how much money they have left. So we take this information and we say, what can we do across the world for the 2 billion people who are connected into our systems? Starts to give us some ideas. Because our vision, when we look at it into the future, our vision is that any device that will benefit from a connection will be connected. And I love it. I was just standing there listening to all my predecessors here talking about all these fancy devices getting connected. Squire was interesting, right? I mean, who would have thought that that device would be sitting, in this Las Vegas coffee shop here, creating a brand new experience? That's a connected device. Would you call that a connected cash register? Kind of, except that it doesn't carry cash. It doesn't open up, but that's what it is. It's a connected payment terminal. And many, many more things that are getting connected that start to behave as a commerce platform. There was this other gentleman in the morning who said every connected device will be a commerce device. I said, man, this guy is stealing my message. But that's the bottom line, and we are at the center of this. So when we look at this, we say these devices, by 2020, there'll be 50 billion of these devices that are connected devices. And every one of those devices is either a contributor, a recipient, or a participant in the commerce value chain. Very powerful. And at the end of the day, these devices are connected to networks and to systems that are doing real-time transactions for billing and charging. So our vision goes beyond people. We connect machines, devices. And as we look forward into this one, every device, now I didn't make up the slide after the previous gentleman did, so this slide was already there, that every connected device is a commerce device. And why should money be any different? Because as things get connected, money flows through all these different things. So we start to work on this premise, and we start to think more and more. And one thing that becomes apparent is that ease of use is probably the single most important thing. And this is not ease of use having an iPhone 5S and scanning your fingerprint. That's not the ease of use we're talking about. Of course, that ease of use is very nice if you're sitting in the United States. But if you're in Tanzania, or if you're in Mumbai and you're working on a feature phone, that is not ease of use. That is a device that is out of reach for me. So I need to come up with a system that is easy for use, ease of use providing for all kinds of people. And the single most important thing that happens today is texting. Now, I landed yesterday, a gentleman standing up there with my name at the airport, picks me up, puts me in the car. The engine hasn't started, and he said, let me text my office to tell them that I've picked you up. I'm like, really? That's the most important thing that you need to do now? I mean, I need to go to a rehearsal. The guy won't start the car before he has finished the text because it is so easy to do, and the office knows the current status. Very, very simple. So when we look at mobile money, commerce, we think things should be as easy as texting. Number one, everybody knows how to do it. Number two, most importantly, it is all inclusive. I can go to a village in northern India or in Thailand, and people know how to send a text message. People don't know what Square is, but people know how to send a text message. So how do you make it that easy? And talking about that, what is most personal today? It would be a silly thing for me to ask, but it's a good guess that everybody in this audience has a mobile phone. And guess what? This is research. There's nothing that we're making up. If you lose your mobile phone, it's pretty close to hitting the panic button. Yeah? I mean, anything could happen. You might miss a call. You might need to make a call. There's information in it. What do you do with it? So my wife is a physician. She gets calls. She has to take calls every evening. She went to a Thai restaurant for dinner. a couple of months ago with the kids. I was sitting somewhere in Stockholm. And I get this call from my daughter's phone. Mommy has lost her phone. Okay, what are we going to do? I'm in Stockholm. I can't do anything about it. She says, we are going back to the restaurant. Really? Is it really that important? Absolutely, we're going back to the restaurant. So she goes back to the restaurant. She says, I was sitting at that table. I am so sure I left my phone there. Sorry, we don't know what happened to the phone. Are you sure? Absolutely, we have no idea. I said, okay, I can't leave without the phone. So can you take me to the place where you put all your dirty linen? My daughter, she's 10 years old. She's like jittery now. She's like, this is taking it to an extreme. Really? And when you ask the guy, he said he doesn't have your phone. Let's go home. This is embarrassing. No, I need to get my phone. So end up, long story short, they go to the back. They got this big can full of linen. She makes them empty that whole box. And there, her phone was there. The guy who was cleaning the table just pulled it off, put it in there. He could care less. He's getting paid by the minute. Put it up there. So the average time it takes for people to report a stolen phone is 68 minutes. And if you lose your wallet, what do? You kind of wait 26 hours. Yeah, I need to call the company. I've got multiple cards. I need to call everyone. Maybe I should check home. Maybe I left it in the car. There's a time lag. The mobile phone, essential part of your daily life. Everybody has said this before. I'm not telling you anything new. The key thing here is operators, mobile operators around the world, they are at the core of this experience. They are enabling this connectivity. They are enabling these great experiences for you. And they know more about behavior, and this information is, of course, not shared. It's securely kept. And they're able to have this direct relationship with you where you trust them that when you send a message, it gets across. When you make a call, that call goes through. That is a level of embeddedness operators have in today's life. And they're always available. So in this ideal partner relationship, what we have is a core business platform, which is the software that brings all these things together, which is your business support systems, charging, and billing solutions. And if you can merge that with telco services, providing connectivity everywhere. The gentleman from PayPal was saying, people want to pay where they are. They don't want to go looking for a terminal. Guess what? If you want something to work where you are, you need mobile networks. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And they have to be reliable. They have to be working in real time. That's the core story. So this, we believe, will enable new kinds of industry partnerships. And that we call as the open money network. From mobile phone operators to payment providers, financial services providers, we love all these people who develop apps on top of this network that we provide. It provides for a great experience. So can we please run this short video on open money?
Money has been a central part of society for as long as we've had societies. It has connected cities, countries, cultures, and people. Until now, money has been about dollars and pesos, yens and euros, a physical method of exchange. But thanks to mobile technology, the way we send, spend, and receive money is changing fast. Mobile payments are gaining momentum, and the benefits are clear. The potential, too. Yet today, 3/4 of all payments around the world are still made in cash. Why is this? Well, handling the billions of small everyday transactions our society generates is simply too complex, time-consuming, or expensive for current financial services. At Ericsson, we believe that next-generation mobile wallets will make sending money across the world as easy as sending an SMS today. We envisioned that by connecting banks, financial service providers, and mobile network operators, we can create a more open financial ecosystem. A payment network that is connected and interoperable, because mobile and financial services need to be open, in sync, and able to talk with each other. By helping them connect, we'll make mobile transactions significantly more affordable and accessible for the entire value chain: people, businesses, and societies. In fact, that's what we do every day. We have extensive experience of managing large numbers of small transactions, all in real time. We believe in an open and networked society where everyone benefits from being connected. Why should money be any different?
So, fascinating stuff, new fundamentals. Connectivity is the basis of how we lead our lives today. Inclusion is important. When we talk inclusion, we are not talking about Canada. We are talking on a global basis. We are talking about 6 billion mobile subscriptions. We are talking about people in Africa, India, and United States and Canada. That is super important. Interoperability is the key. You can't live in islands. You've got to talk to each other. Money has to flow across. And the value of trust is the fundament to all of this. So, ladies and gentlemen, open money is what we believe in. It's part of our network society vision. We love innovators. Come talk to us and enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you.
Thank you, Arun.